Welcome to a little movement class. We're going to begin with rolling out, and you've been rolling out your shoulders, and we're going to do that again this week. Kind of can't get enough of that. And so you're going to come onto your back and lay down on the ball, but I'm just going to show you right here. We'll do two sides. So choose a side, between the spine and your shoulder blade. And then you can come and lay down on the ball on your mat. If it's too intense, lying on your mat, you can come to the wall and do the same exercise by pressing the ball against the wall, and that'll feel pretty awesome as well. In whichever place you find yourself, you could either just drop back into the experience and let the breath move you, feel that option, or you could kind of roll around, feel that option. And most people do some combination. So you get another minute here as we begin to warm up. Yeah, perfect. And I really want you to feel that space in your body deeply. A lot of the work that we've been doing in meditation, which of course, these practices are just really moving meditations. A lot of the work we've been doing is how can we just keep returning to the feeling inside, the sensations, right? All the information of the inner world. And even if the mind wanders a million times today, every single time that you bring it back to a sensation in the body, to a feeling in the body, you're coming home, right? It doesn't matter how many times you go away, home is home, right? The power and the return is always the same. So don't worry about anything else. Just keep coming home and feeling good about that. And right now your home is in the space in the shoulder where you feel the sensations, unless maybe this ripples out through your body into different spaces, which is possible. But follow the sensation, that's your guide. Last couple of breaths, maybe you breathe out of the mouth. The sensation is going to draw your attention and your breath into the very places that need it, the exact places that need it. Switch sides as you're ready. And this side's got its own whole history and situation and stuff that it does. So this side might need something different, and you can honor that by going to the wall or shifting in some other way. I love the massage ball work for lots of reasons, and decided to really integrate it into everything that we're doing right now for several reasons. But one of the things I love the most is it's so acute. It's so clear to me where my attention does need to go. And as we've been discussing, attention is love, right? And whose shoulder doesn't need some love? No one I know. Everybody needs it. A couple more breaths, maybe out of the mouth. Now, once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and just put the ball off to the side. And it might feel like you never want to be done, and that's okay. You can do it again at the end or tomorrow. That's for you to do. And take your hands to the base of your skull and take your feet flat on the ground. Now you can either stay just like this, or folks who like to work with a block and have one handy, you can put it between your thighs. Engage through your feet. Feel your feet on the planet. Engage through your inner legs. Take a big breath into the back of your heart. And then as you exhale, curl up and pull your elbows in and tuck your chin. And then as you inhale, lay back. Widen the elbows. And as you exhale, curl up, tuck chin, pull elbows in. And then you're going to repeat this, right? These are these like slow motion crunches. You'll widen the elbows as you inhale and lay back, and then you'll kind of curl all the way in into a ball as you come up. You could do a few more of those. And I want you to not just be feeling the core work, but also, of course, the spaciousness in the upper spine and the neck. Now, the next time that you're down, you're on your back, you can go ahead and remove that block. And let's just take a little moment either for knee circles, right? So the knees could go in opposite directions and back together, or they could stay together and circle around and then the other way. Or if what feels more compelling to you right now is Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees apart, 5 breaths in whichever choice you make. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, cactus your arms. It'll look like this, right? Cactus your arms and take really big breaths in and out of the heart space, but now start to connect the openness of your heart space with the openness of your hip space. And use these really big full breaths to move that energy around. Yeah? Take a moment here on your back, feeling supported by your sources, feeling supported by earth and sky, stability and spaciousness, love and truth. And then offer to be a channel for your sources for others today. A channel for the stability of earth, a channel for the spaciousness of sky, a channel for truth and for love. These things that we didn't make up, but they can flow through us very powerfully toward others, thus making the world we live in more beautiful. Feel that source flowing through you. Now stay with this. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock all the way up and then into child's pose. Yeah? Called child's pose for a reason, right? Kind of helps us bring out our inner scion, our inner child, as we stay here humble on the earth. Couple of breaths here. And then finally coming all the way up to sit and just take one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And dedicate this practice either to your inner child or to some being out there in the world who needs your connection to source. It doesn't hurt you to share it, it's just flowing on through. Then I want you to go ahead and take your left hand over to the left and your right arm alongside your ear. We'll reach through the right arm, drop down through your right hip, and feel all that spaciousness on that side. If you want to also rotate the arm, you can. Couple more breaths. Where are the spaces calling your attention, right? It's kind of like little children, little science going, over here, please. Can you send me some breath in the hip? Can you send me some breath in the shoulder? Right. Now, the next time that you're reaching through that right arm, reach it, reach it, reach it, reach it. And then you're gonna drop your head and you're gonna come around, fingers trailing each other to the other side. Just trying to get into all the little nooks and crannies in your upper back. Then come all the way up. Left arm up, take your right arm underneath, eagle wrap, so intertwine your arms. Lift up through the elbows, inhale, and then fold forward, exhale. Take just a couple of breaths here, feeling the space in the shoulders, space in the arms. Then rise all the way up, take a big inhale, look up, lift the elbows, then exhale, lion's breath, stick out your fingers and your tongue. Go the other way. So the right arm comes down to the side, the left arm alongside the ear, and breathe. You connecting to your inner world is you connecting to source, right? You stay connected to that line, then you've got sources to share. You can rotate that arm. Breathe. Feel. This body itself is kind of like a scion, right? This is something that is in our care for the lifetime that we live. Next time that left arm is really reaching, keep dropping down through your left hip, but go ahead and reach as far as you can at a diagonal through the left arm. And then drop your head, take the weight off your right hand, and let the right hand trail the left hand. Head drooped, hopefully, though maybe you have to look at me. Hopefully you can figure that out. Then come all the way up with the right arm up. Left arm swipes underneath, and we intertwine the arms. Squeeze the arms, lift the elbows, breathe in. And then fold it forward. Breathe out. I like to see if I can rest my head in the cradle of my arms, sort of like a scion resting in the arms of the mother. And then coming all the way up, lifting up through the elbows, looking up, and then stick out the elbows and the tongue, lion stretch. You're going to now look forward, put your hands forward on the mat, downward dog. Just notice what you feel like in down dog, right? This is a shape that most of us have taken many, many times. And so there is this sort of familiar relationship that can be conducive to doing a sort of body scan, right? Because you've done it so many times, how it feels today is information. And of course, this pose is really an all body pose. Every little piece is involved somehow. Take a couple more breaths to sort of scan, feel, check in. And then let yourself take a little walk until you end up in a standing forward fold at the front of your yoga mat. Hang over the legs, and if you want to bounce a little bit today, you can bounce a little bit, but the point is, can you make a little more space in between the neck vertebrae, the upper back space? What's going on with the jaw, ears? Can you make space there? And then finally, go ahead and round up to stand. So rolling up, head and arms ankle. Once you get to the top, why don't you just raise the arms out and up, big breath in. So now we're experiencing both shoulders moving. And then go ahead and lower the hands to prayer in front of your heart. Stand in a way that makes you feel like you are a channel through which the most valuable sources in this universe flow through. We're actually going to do some moon salutations today. Got a full moon going on right around now. Hook your thumbs and reach forward and up. Big breath in. Look up. As you breathe out, bend your knees. Put your belly on your thighs. Then interlace your fingers behind your back. Straight legs, drop head. Skier's pose. Sit your hips back. Lift your chest and look a little forward on the floor. Step your left foot back. You can always use your hands on the ground for support if you need. Lower the left knee. Hook thumbs, inhale, reach up, or you can always keep the hands down for safety. Then take the hands down and make your way to plank pose. Big breath in, plank pose. And then actually stay with me. Can you just stay in plank pose? Can you just shift the weight a little forward to your fingertips, toe tips, and then just do a little baby chaturanga so the elbows pull in as your chest comes forward. Your hips and heart stay in line and come right back up, and then down dog. Yeah, just getting a little warm up. We're doing a lot with the shoulders, so I'm going to give us a little time to get them all geared up for a full vinyasa, which is happening very soon. For now, feel your breath. Hear your breath. 2 more breath cycles in downward dog.
because you are using your practices to connect to source, now you can actually also use your practices to connect to scions, to share all of this source with the world. Now look forward, step or hop. Lengthen the spine when you get there, then fold down into your legs and breathe out. Hook thumbs, come through bent knees, reach up, rise up as you breathe in. And then come forward again, belly on your thighs, fingers interlaced behind your back, straight legs drop, head, breathe out. Skiers pose, look a little forward, reach the arms back. Then right foot steps back, and you lower the knee. Hook thumbs, inhale, reach up. Then take the hands down, plank pose. This time you can move through a full vinyasa, or you could do that same really mindful, slow chaturanga to plank, totally up to you. Meeting in down dog. And if you ever don't know what I'm talking about, if you're like watching a recording or something right now and you don't know what a vinyasa is, or just don't worry about it. Always do the simplest version you can, and we'll keep stacking and building and growing our vocabulary. 2 more breath cycles. Now on an out breath, you can step or hop the feet forward between your hands. On an in breath, lengthen your spine, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold down into your legs. Hook thumbs, bend your knees, kind of squeeze your knees together as you come up, and then press your feet as you straighten the legs, lift the bandhas, lift the heart, and then simply just lower the arms down. Great. So from here, I'm gonna ask you to either take reverse prayer if that's available, or opposite elbows, which is what I'm demonstrating here, with one forearm sort of stacked on top of the other. You can switch the forearm stacking for the other side, just a little note. If reverse prayer is in your wheelhouse, then great, you got that. Here's what we're doing with it. You're gonna shift the weight into your right foot, pick up your left knee, okay? And feel yourself here for a moment, actually, with the knee in line with the hip, the belly engaged, and notice this chest opening, which is a theme for us in all of our science movement classes these couple of weeks. Flex your foot a little bit so everything feels a little more zipped up and powerful. Press down to the standing leg. Then warrior 3, yeah? And if this arm variation does not work for you for warrior 3, that's fine. You can put your hands on the floor or blocks or do anything else you need. Breathe for 2. Breathe. 3. Feel the energy in the back leg, energy in the chest. 4. Source moving through you, you're a channel. 5. Awesome. You're gonna land the left foot. And spin the heel down so that you're setting up for warrior 1. Yeah, you can adjust the feet however you need. Then go ahead and drop the arms down alongside and just kind of let the shoulders be loose. Bend the front knee. Now, take your arms forward and up. So again, we're really working that range of motion in the shoulders in these classes. Interlace the fingers behind the base of your skull, lift up your head, and kind of pull your elbows out to the side. So it's a version of warrior 1. Hear your breath. Breathing for 3. I'm gonna get a little closer just for the heart part. All right, so you can kind of see that. Last breath. Elbows back, heart open, radiant. For 5. Now straighten this front leg. Start to take the arms down in line with your shoulders and set up triangle pose. You probably have to narrow the stance, so set all that up. And then you can start to reach forward through your right arm, connect the right hand down to the shin, and reach to the left fingertips up toward the sky. Keep connected through your feet, really strong through your legs, strong through your belly, open through your heart. Breathe deeply. For 3.
4, and 5. Come all the way back up, letting the left arm bring you up. Face the front again. You might want to adjust that back foot. Lift up through the left arm, twisted triangle. So now you can take that left hand outside of the right foot and your right arm into the sky. Really pressing down through both feet. Really breathing deeply. Belly engaged. The heart keeps reaching forward out of your hips, like it wants to yearn out of the hips. Breathe. 4. And 5. Now look forward. Shift the weight into your right foot. Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe you have a block under your right hand, or that right hand is flat on the ground. In any case, you want the right hand underneath the right shoulder. Any variation of this pose is welcome. You can grab a hold of the foot if you want. Hear your breath, feel your breath. Here, 2, 3, breathe. 4, and 5. Land the left foot next to the right foot. Yeah? Bend your knees and put your belly on your thighs. Okay? Make sure there's no tension in your low back. Optional, interlace your fingers behind your back. Maybe straighten your legs. Couple of breath cycles here. Get a sense that you're kind of lifting up through your hips and then hauling the belly, especially on your exhale. You're going to come all the way back up to stand by bending the knees, swinging your arms forward, hooking your thumbs in front, and then coming up. And then simply lower the arms down. Just feel that spaciousness in your shoulders. Take your arms behind the back, and maybe the opposite forearm is on top. Maybe you're in reverse prayer instead. And whatever you choose, you're going to come and stand nice and tall and clear, and maybe pick up your right knee. Okay. And then just find the alignment here. We've got a few breaths just to feel ourselves here. The belly's engaged, standing leg is strong, right knee in line with right hip. Maybe that right foot is flexed. Chest is broad and open, and then we're going to just, as slow motion as we can, transfer this into a warrior 3. So the heart comes parallel to the ground, the leg comes parallel to the ground, and the breath is steady. For 1. Breathe. 2. 3. Breathe. 4. Can you feel yourself in warrior 3? A channel. Channel the energy. That's all you have to do. Then bend the standing knee and land the right foot. Look at your feet. You need a little bit of a wider stance for warrior 1. Sort that out. And then you can go ahead and lower the arms, just drop them, bend the front knee, take your time. Press through the feet, engage through the belly, and then scoop the energy up. Reach the arms up. Interlace the fingers, base of the skull. Lift the head, wing the elbows, and here you are. Breathe. 1. Breathe. 2. Can you feel that the legs are channeling the source of the earth? The heart channeling the source of the sky and the sun. Breathe. 4. And 5. And straighten that front leg. Adjust the feet, so you got to get a little bit more in a tight rope, then arms in line with shoulders. Reach forward through the left arm and connect the left hand to the shin. Right fingers reach up to the sky. Breathe. 1. Breathe. 2. Breathe. 3.
Be a channel, not just for yourself, right? For all these sweet little beings in this world. Now you're going to come all the way back up. Take the right arm up as you square your chest and your hips forward. Adjust the feet as you need, and then go ahead and come forward through the chest. Take the right hand outside of the left foot. Take the left arm into the sky. And be here for 1. Be here. Breathe. 2. 3. Make this shape into a perfect channel for source. 4. And 5. Look down and forward. It's Ardha Chandrasana next. Weight on your left foot and the left hand. The right arm can come up into the air. Listen to yourself breathe. Feel this expansive shape. No problem if you fall and come back. Every time you come back, come home. It's still home. Breathe. 2. 3, breathe, feel. 4. And 5. Look down and then let the right foot step next to the left. Be really mindful of your joints as you make these kinds of transitions. Sit your hips back and down and interlace the fingers behind your back. Skier's pose, big inhale, and then go ahead, belly on your thighs, fold forward. You could totally take the hands down if you prefer a different version of a forward fold. And take a really big breath in and feel how that expands. Feel where it goes when you take a really big breath. And then a big breath out. Beautiful, then bend the knees. You're gonna scoop the arms forward and up, hook your thumbs, come all the way up, press your feet to the ground. Lift the belly, lift the heart, and then go ahead and lower the arms. So we're gonna do all of that one more time as a flow. And that's that. So if you have any props that you need, fine. We are gonna add in one pose at the end, kind of 2. Here we go. Arms behind your back, either reverse prayer or opposite elbows. But really engage your belly. So this already is a heart opener. I don't want your low back doing it. I want your upper back doing it and your low back protected by your belly. Pick up your left knee, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. It's all about just flowing with your breath, being a channel for the flow. Lower the left foot, warrior 1. Raise the arms, inhale. Start to straighten the front leg, adjust triangle pose. Come forward, exhale. Come all the way up, twisted triangle prep. Left arm lifts, adjust the feet. And twisted triangle as you breathe out. Ardha Chandrasana as you breathe in. Shift weight into right foot and right hand. Expand, push the floor and the block away. Here's what we're adding. Warrior 2, how lightly can you land back? In a Virabhadrasana, 2. Front knee parallel to the ground. Look over your right fingers, stay for 1. Breathe. 2. 3. 4. Breathe. Exhale, 5. Reverse warrior. Flip palms, step back. And then take the hands to the ground. Step back to plank pose, breathe in. Vinyasa of your choice, breathe out. Meeting in downward dog. Listen to the rhythm of your breath. Feel the rhythm of your breath. That's the rhythm we're going to follow as we do this flow on the other side.
Look forward, step or hop the feet forward. Lengthen the spine when you arrive, then fold down into your legs and breathe out. Hook thumbs, bend knees. Scoop the arms forward and up, straight arms, drop shoulders down, look up. And then just float the arms down and feel the shoulders soften. Grab opposite elbows behind your back or take your reverse prayer. Okay, and then pick up your right shin and use your belly, use the engagement of the legs in order to feel really strong and clear here. And then start to make your way into that warrior three. Exhale. Bend the front knee, land the right foot on the planet. Warrior one. Breathe in. As you breathe out, straighten that front leg, adjust the feet, and come forward through triangle pose. Come all the way back up. The right arm reaches up. You spin the chest and the belly forward. Right foot steps forward, and then you come through that twist. Right hand down, left arm up. Ardha Chandrasana. Shift the weight into left hand and left foot. Right arm and leg lift. Breathe in. Warrior two, bend the front knee in slow motion, find the planet with your right foot. Then stay here and breathe. For one. Breathe for two. Breathing three. 4. Breathe. Exhale. 5. Reverse warrior, flip palms to back. And then hands to the ground, plank pose. Chaturanga, breathe out. Lifting the heart, breathing in. Meeting in downward dog as you breathe out. Now for downward dog. Pick up your left leg, big inhale. And then if you want to open the hip and bend the knee, you can. Feel that moment of sort of expansiveness as the left hip stacks on top of the right and the chest spins open to the left. Then straighten that left leg again, square off your hips, and round the left knee forward. Kind of hover there for a moment, feeling your core strength, and lower the left knee down for pigeon pose. Adjust and use any props that you might need. Lift up through the heart, and then as you're ready, fold on forward. Maybe there's a block or a blanket under your head to support you. Now just pause and let all the heavy parts of you yearn toward the core of the earth through gravity. Right? Gravity is love too. Right? Gravity is connection to source. All of the natural forces are love. And at the same time, we're not just heavy, are we? We're also light. And so let the light parts in you be light and buoyant, spacious. And let the harmony of density and lightness become you. Let every single part of you be just exactly what it is. And then every single part ends up being the medicine for the whole. We're going to stay here a few more breaths. Just being with your own feelings is it, right? Being with these sensations fully. This is the heart of the practice. Start to walk your hands back, and we're just really simply going to meet
In a downward dog, again, some people will choose to do a vinyasa. And then you pick up your right leg this time. Lift it up high, and then maybe you stack it on top of the left leg and open the chest to the side. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Feel, feel, feel. Then straighten the right leg, square off your hips, round the right knee forward, hover there for a moment, and then lower the knee. Lift up through your heart. Reach the heart wave forward, fold. Come home to source, come home to yourself. Every single part of you is perfect. It is exactly what it is. A few more deep breaths here, just letting everything be as it is. As you're ready, you'll come back on up, and as simply as you can, make your way onto your back. We're on the home stretch here. So it's totally up to you how you close. I want you to choose one posture that you'll engage in for about 1 minute. If you're not quite sure what else to do, follow along with me. You're just going to take your feet on the floor and lift your hips up for a simple bridge pose. And just allow the energy from the legs to pour down through the hips, through the torso, through the chest, toward the upper chakras. You can do whatever you want with your arms. You could certainly turn this into wheel if that feels excellent to you. If there's some other closing posture, some kind of inversion or something else that you really want to do, that's what you're doing. Everybody's breathing. My friends who've been in the bridge pose, why don't you come all the way down and then return to that Supta Baddha Konasana we started with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. And just take a little rest like this. Or if it feels really lovely, you can spend your Shavasana here. You could stay here for the next, we do very short Shavasanas in these short classes, unfortunately, but you could stay here for the next minute or two. Anybody who's been doing a different pose, come into some totally restorative, restful shape, Shavasana or something else. That feels like you could be perfectly still for the next couple of minutes. And then rest deeply. Allow all of that effort that you just put forward to settle. Rest the parts of yourself that are
scions that are children to Source, and just let Source hold you. If we want to help others, we need to know how to model returning to Source, receiving help. Model that now as if the being you wanted to teach it to were sitting and taking notes. Oh, that's how you let go. You're welcome to stay resting here as long as you need. When you are ready, just move very slowly, kindly. And end in a seated position where you feel really clear, like a channel. And envision your connection to Source flowing to those that you care about. Sadhguru Mata Devi.